pair of kids grow up as best friends together, but their lives take divergent paths. One leads Clifton Collins Jr. to Hollywood as a famed character actor in hit movies including Star Trek, Pacific Rim and the Oscar-winning Traffic. But Gustavo "Goose" Alvarez follows a path that leads to prison, where he spends 6 years behind bars on weapons charges. And it's only a miracle made of ramen noodles that saves his life and reunites him with childhood friend Clifton when a blazing prison riot breaks out at the California Institute for Men in Chino, California, 2009.
I kind of knew this is it, this is where I'm gonna die.
Gustavo told me in a Skype interview from his home in Mexico, where he now lives as a free man, that he and his fellow Mexican inmates were under siege from a rival black prison gang who were trying to break into their cell block to kill them.
I almost thought I was gonna lose it.
But an older inmate who specialised in making gourmet ramen from prison food scraps had an idea.
We started feeding them. I mean, we made this spread in a trash bag. We filled up bowls and cups, and we're feeding them through the windows.
You were basically using food as the great equaliser.
It was like extending an olive branch, and the murderous gang, grateful for the food, retreated.
It brought inmates comfort. It brought us to say, you know what? It's not about brown and black, man. We're human.
The remarkable experience inspired Gustavo to think about writing a book.
That idea spawned on me, prison ramen. I go, wow, these stories, they need to come out. People need to hear about this.
And it actually became a possibility when he got a surprise visit from his old childhood pal, Clifton, 3 weeks after the riot.
You could still smell the smoke of the buildings. And I shared this idea with him, and he's like, man, I came here to check on you. You're throwing me a pitch of a book. I'm like, yeah, And he was just excited about it.
Then, when Gustavo was released from prison, he and Clifton made the quirky book a reality, getting together to co-write Prison Ramen. The book consists of 65 recipes for makeshift ramen meals, some of the recipes coming from Clifton's Hollywood pals who have spent time in the slammer. Among them, Guns N' Roses guitarist Slash, who offers up Slash's jaywalking ramen in memory of a couple of days he spent in jail for an unpaid jaywalking ticket. Then there's Shia LaBeouf's egg ramen salad sandwich, inspired by his stint behind bars for causing a disturbance in the middle of a Broadway play. And Danny Trejo's ramen quesadilla, in memory of the 11 years the movie Tough Guy spent in California prisons for drug-related crimes. Plus, there's a foreword written by Samuel L. Jackson. Obviously, the recipes are easier to cook up in your kitchen than they are in prison. Behind bars, they make stingers, live electric wires that will heat a pot of boiling water for ramen in about 30 seconds.
Or tie a can of chili beans with toilet paper and dental floss and hold it over a sink and light it on fire until it scorches and heats up the chili beans that you want to put on top of some nachos.
This is eerily similar to how I actually cook at home. And I spoke obviously pretty closely with Clifton Collins Jr. as well, and he told me on the quiet, he'll be devastated I told you this, but he told me, hey, look, I'm actually a better cook than Goose. He goes, I got him covered.
But he will never say that in front of me, so.
Do you think we can go inside and say hello?
Yeah.
Right.
But the recipe for the book itself really began here at Clifton's childhood home in Los Angeles, where he and Gustavo became young foodies growing up on his grandma's homemade Mexican dishes.
This is Granny Gonzalez.
Granny Gonzalez, how are you? Matt Doran. Lovely to meet you.
Same here.
Today, Granny Gonzalez is cooking her famous chili with potatoes, hot sauce, bacon, fried eggs, and refried beans.
No hot chili para esto.
No.
It's time for breakfast.
Now, these tortillas, let me show you how this is done.
Yeah.
You basically just tear a little piece off.
We shovel.
Yeah. Like Granny just said, a shovel. Thanks, Granny.
It doesn't disappoint.
It's good.
Wow, the chili's
It's not hot.
amazing.
And it's not hot.
No, it's not hot at all.
No.
Let me just get a quick look at the, have a look at the eyes here.
He's welling up.
I'm on up.
You've spent the whole morning telling me that I can't handle my chili.
It went down the wrong pipe.
Oh, that old chestnut, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Can you believe this,
I'm
Granny?
just so emotional to have you all here.
Clifton, don't you worry, you won't hear the end of this.
And next, Clifton comes to our kitchen in the Crime Watch Daily studio to share the secret of some of his favourite recipes in prison ramen.
Oh, it's good.